Woo! Goldeneye! Woo!
Hello humans and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. That's right, the video game show that is not hosted by an annoying e-beggar. There is no Patreon, no super chats. That's right, we just talk about the games we love and how fun it is to hoard them, collect them. Now, with that said, let's get ready for the show. On today's episode, this show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. Now, it appears that the rumors are true, and if the rumors are true, I'm reading an article by IGN here, but I really have to say that Goldeneye coming to the Xbox really has to do with the vision of Phil Spencer and his leadership, when it comes to Xbox. If Goldeneye comes to the Xbox Game Pass, wow. I can almost guarantee you'll have at least 250,000 new subscriptions just because of this game. But let's get into the details here really quick. I'm gonna read the article real quick. It's not too long, from IGN, and they posted this today. And it has to do with the leaks of the achievements. Goldeneye 007, the legendary N64 game from Rare, that is one of the most beloved multiplayer experiences for many around the world, may be getting a new life on Xbox after achievements have been spotted for the game online. True Achievements, a website that tracks Xbox achievement activity, recently picked up an achievement list for Goldeneye 007, which never had been seen before. There are 55 achievements that are worth a total of a 1,000 game score, and that's another hint that this may be a new port. As many remember, there was an updated version of Goldeneye being developed for the Xbox 360, Xbox Live Arcade, that was just about finished before it was canceled due to licensing issues. Back then, XBLA Games had a limit of 200 game score, so seeing Goldeneye 007 with 1,000 game score is an interesting development. Furthermore, True Achievements website also reveals that there are only 2 Xbox accounts that have earned any of these achievements, Big Sheep and Xtina McGrath. By searching for these names, it appears that Big Sheep and Xtina McGrath are Rare employees, James Thomas and Christina McGrath. Okay. Alright guys, I think that's pretty obvious that this is going to be coming, and I think it's a very, very smart move on the part of Xbox. Let me tell you why. Because you're going to get, gamers from the past just subscribing to this. It also takes aim squarely at a lot of Nintendo customers that remember this game. I mean, this game is beloved. For those of you that don't know, this is, before, PC gaming and all this stuff, where PCs were like super, super expensive. Not everybody had access to them. This was, for many people, the first-person shooter experience they ever had. And it was a great, great game. It really, really was. Stands the test of time. People still enjoy it to this day. And by bringing it to Xbox, you bring a lot of new eyeballs to the system, which is great for our stock. And let me remind you once again, if you don't know, I'm a stockholder of Microsoft. So this is great news for us, right? Because I think Phil Spencer's vision of catering to the gamer, and never walking away from that, is really showing now here through the Game Pass. There's so much value in that. Let me tell you, I don't know how long it's going to last, but I can tell you right now, in general, I feel that the Game Pass is undervalued with all the, especially with Game Pass Ultimate, with the games with gold that you get now, with Halo, now with this. I mean, wow. Because I'm thinking at least 250,000 new subscriptions here in the US. But this game, guys, this game was a global phenomenon for Nintendo. This is one of the only reasons to own the N64. If there was one game that influence a lot of other games. But this was the gold standard for a lot of people. You know, I had friends that would buy the system just for this game. And, you know, so many hours and hours of gameplay were dedicated. I remember friends putting cardboard in the middle of their TV to separate the screens. I mean, it was crazy, you know, and it was a great time before online gaming, before, you know, how big it got now, you know, the battle royale aspect, you know, which a lot of games use now, really started getting fans here with this game. And, you know, I remember playing it at first, not getting it, you know, with the controls, and it took me a while, but, you know, I had to work. So my son and my nephews, I'm sorry, were the ones who would enjoy it the most, man. And they really had a great time. And I remember it took me a while. It took me a while for me to get this. But I remember that my sister's boyfriend, the first time that I saw it, is he came over. He was gonna stay, but he brought his system, and I didn't really like the guy until he brought the Nintendo 64. I don't know if my sister told him, you know, my brother's a gamer. If you have video games, bring him over, and you'll win him over that way. And he sure did, man. We were playing for hours and hours, and you know, people were getting ignored. You know? We weren't having dinner, we weren't eating anything. I remember my mom complaining, because at that point we only had one TV in that house, and she was like, you know, we want to watch TV, and we're like, nope. It's all about the Nintendo 64. But anyway, guys, this is a great, and I mean a really, really great move business-wise for Nintendo. I mean for Xbox, I'm sorry. And it's really targeting the Nintendo audience. You know, as far as business, you know, if Xbox wants to make it a limited release, you know, and then release it, make a separate cartridge for the Nintendo, man, I wouldn't doubt it, especially with the philosophy that Phil Spencer has, and maybe he'll, you know, build some bridges with Nintendo, because I think the ultimate goal of his is to have the Game Pass on as many devices as possible, including Nintendo hardware. You know, they just have to cut a deal. It just has to be the right number for everybody. But you know, I could see it happening. You know, but you know, Nintendo's one of those companies that take forever to decide. So who knows when that's going to happen? But I'm pretty sure it will. But let me tell you this: I hope they have a physical release of this. You know, but if they don't, it doesn't matter. I mean, I will be getting this, you know, day one when it comes out, and I'm gonna relive a lot of those moments. Hopefully, play with my son. You know, maybe with my nephews. You know, who knows? But if this game goes online on the Game Pass, it's gonna be a phenomenon. Let me tell you that. This is really, really great news. All right, humans. I will catch you on the next one. Take care.
New videos every weekend and whenever I feel like it. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Ring that bell.